Ciao friends! How can I create a complete time intelligence solutions for my Power BI model in less than 5 minutes? Well, I will use an external tool, Bravo for Power BI. So let's see how it works. First, I have a model that doesn't have a date table and only has standard measures without any time intelligence because we don't have a date table yet. So first of all, we have to download this tool, Bravo for Power BI. This is the URL. It's a free open source tool that you can install and you can use it as an external tool for Power BI. So after you installed it, just restart Power BI Desktop and you will find Bravo here in this icon in the external tools of Power BI Desktop. At this point, you open Bravo, and in Bravo we have a feature that I will show you in a moment, which is this Manage Dates feature that allows me to create a new date table. You can choose between different templates. We would use the standard one, the Gregorian calendar, but we could use a weekly calendar, we could use a fiscal calendar, we could use a calendar that has only 12 rows, 12 months for each year. So there are different options. I start with the simple one, and I have the week that starts on a Monday. You can choose what is the first day of the week. We can have other options. We can specify the first year or the last year for the calendar, but we want this year to be created automatically scanning all the columns or just a few columns of a few tables, because, for example, I don't want to base my calendar on the birth date of the customer or the open date of the store. So I will only use the date columns that are included in the sales table. You see the customer has birthday, store has open day, close date. We don't care. We just want to use delivery date and order date. Then we can specify the regional format. For example, if you are not, you don't have English United States, which is the default, you can choose a different language and a different culture, and we can choose whether we want the holiday or not. We want the holiday, but just for one country, because of course we have a single date table. So let's use Italy, because I'm from Italy, and not Japan. That would be hard to understand for me, but Italy is something that I understand. So you see here, the holidays just for Italy. Now, at this point, I can move forward and I can say, okay, I want to also include the time intelligence functions. All my measures, or the measure that I choose here, if I want to choose only for a few measures of time intelligence, I want to include the time intelligence version, year to date, year over year, month over month, everything. So let's just choose all and just click preview changes. So we can take a look at what is going on, what is going to happen. For example, these tables will be created. This one is visible, the others are hidden. You can see the preview of the data. You can see the DAX code that is generated. Because yes, we get standard DAX measures, standard DAX table that you can change later, or you can also customize the templates that we have seen before, creating your own template if what you have available out of the box is not complete for you. Now, we can see also the DAX code that is generated for the measures that you measured that are created. And for example, if I go here in margin, you can see the previous quarter, previous month. This is the code for the time intelligence version of each function. We apply the changes, and now, if we go back to our model, you see that there is something new here, but before I use it, I just have to do one step. If this is a new table for my model, because Bravo can also replace the existing date table, but in this case, this table is new, we have to create a connection. We have to connect date to order date and date to delivery date so that we have the relationship set correctly to our sales table in this case. And I go back to my report. I remove the product brand from the rows, and I just want to navigate using the new columns we have in the data, and I can just include the calendar hierarchy so that I can navigate by year, by month, and by day. But of course, you also can have quarters, you have weeks for the weekly calendars, and so on. So what about the time intelligence? You see that there is a folder here that has different measures. Let me check if I can show you. And this is where the new measures have been organized. But this is hard to use. I mean, if I want to get the year-to-date of the sales amount, I just type the prefix year-to-date for my measure, and I have the year-to-date. What about the year-over-year percentage of sales amount? So I can type year-over-year percentage sales amount. So once I know the prefixes for each measure, it's very easy to pick the measure that you want, include in your report, and in less than 5 minutes, we built and used the time intelligence in a Power BI report starting from scratch. Enjoy DAX!